Welcome to the coffee shop. This is your host and barista, and in today's video, I'm going to be covering the extension of this lesson plan that I did with a Discord group called Trade with Confidence. And in today's video, we're doing a special take on the Heiken Ashi Algo version 6, which you can get in TradingView. And this is going to be the in-depth secrets of the liquidity ribbon that everyone finds amazing. Thanks, Buck. Let me see. So I think it's time to move on to the secrets of the algo, right? Probably spend like a half an hour doing that because it's not a lot of lengthy stuff. The lengthy stuff was really about price action. This is a really great breakdown of price action, the very basics part of it to a very advanced part of it. Order blocks is not that advanced. Liquidity is advanced because without understanding order blocks and without understanding order blocks and proper swing highs, proper swing lows, if you don't know those, then you could put a liquidity indicator on your chart all day long, but you need to validate the liquidity. You can have liquidity, it's either valid or it's not, okay? So now that you know how to do that, it's a can't lose thing. So let's move on to the algo. I'm using the premium kill zone here. I don't want to do that and really kind of mess you guys up. So let's wipe this out. Let's wipe this out and let's go to the V6, right? This is the one that everybody's using. And when everybody, I mean, even Jesus uses it, right? Because he's a day trader. Jesus is a day trader. Let's see here. So I'm going to show you things about the V6. I'm not really focused much on what's happening with price and what it's doing with the V6. I'm not concerned about that. Okay, so you may see me discuss certain things that are taking place here in the V6 that don't take place in price. It's because in this regard, I'm assuming that you already understand price action. You know where you are in your trend. You know you're in an uptrend or a downtrend, or you're or that you're flat. That you're hitting consolidation, or that you're hitting that you're hitting a divergence. That you already know this stuff. Okay, I'm approaching this part of this session as if you've already looked at price action, and now you're doing step 2. Look at the V6 to get your confirmations of what is going on. Okay, so first things first, you really should pay attention to like every step of this because it's gonna be really nice, right? Let me just make sure I have my basic settings on. I should have 14 here for the RSI, 14 for the Heiken Ashi, and 14 for the moving average. The reason I'm doing that is because you don't have to do that. It's really on your trading style, okay? There we go. It's really for your trading style. But I'm showing you these with all the settings at 14 because if you wanted to come in and just use the default, you can do that. And this is what you can get out of it as information. It's not a buy-sell indicator. Going to start off by saying that from the get-go, okay? It is not a buy-sell indicator. And point in case, if it was, we all know when the moving average and the RSI are below the ribbon, you're supposed to be selling, right? Now, listen carefully to what I'm saying. You're supposed to be selling. I did not say when they're below each other, you sell. That does not mean sell. That simply means you're looking for selling positions, right? After this point in time, that's what you're doing, okay? So just want to clarify, it's not a buy-sell indicator. You have to understand price action and watch what the algo is telling you in relation to that. So let's cover the liquidity ribbon, right? I'm going to take this off. Let's turn the candles off, right? I'm going to leave the RSI just to have less stuff on the chart right there. So first thing I wanted to cover in the, the algo. So we're going to talk about the liquidity ribbon flat zones, okay? The flat zones. This is a very interesting thing, okay? The flat zones are not highlighted in any way. Here's flat, okay, outflow. Here is flat inflow, okay? Inflow, outflow. You can consider it as like money flow index, order flow, but this is really about positional. This is really about positional trades, okay? It's like volume. You can consider that, if you like to. Let me do this. Hang on. Now you can see it a little bit easier. Right. Okay, there you go. So the flat section, okay, where you do not have, let me see. So you got this switch in color right here, right? Let's just say the red part. You got a switch in color right there, okay? And all the way up until here, you see how this green section is also flat? That means this position, you do not have enough outflow taking place, okay? It's only until this remains flat. I'm just going to draw flat all the way over to here, to this color, right? And here. When this green area starts to dissipate, all right? That's going to be right here. This is the most amount of resistance that you're going to have right now, okay? So that takes place, right? That takes place here. You're starting to get resistance, sorry. You're starting to get resistance here, okay? Right on that point, okay? You see how it's drawing up against you, right? I understand price is rising, but you want to know when you have more resistance, right? When you have more resistance, then you have support, okay? So the flat zone is telling you resistance is stepping in. When do you have no more support? Very simple, right there. That's when you have no more support. See, support is dried up. At some point, you have less support than you have resistance. It's probably right on this candle. But right here, you have no support. So as this candle closes, you can just look at it and say, okay, I'm only in my long trades. That's all I want. I'm in my long trades. My RSI is still on the high side, still on the bullish side. I only want to take long trades here. And you're obviously, you're not getting that, because you can see, if you're just using this from an inflow outflow perspective, you can see that you never get more support than you have resistance. This entire way down on the ribbon, you always have more red than you have green the entire time. And the cleanest way to see that is when one area starts getting flat. First it changes color, then it starts moving flat, okay? Same thing here. First it changes color, then it starts moving flat, right? You just have to look above it. When did you lose resistance, right? And you lost resistance here. So you have a clean set of longs that you can take right there. And obviously you would need to know about price action. Where do you have previous resistance and support? You need to know that. Okay. And what else also happening with the RSI? It's already way up there. That's fine. So that's one of the things about the liquidity ribbon, right? Flat zones, and what do you have opposing you for red or green? What do you have more of? When you have no red color and all green, you've got plenty of support until it changes color. When you've got no green and all red, you got plenty of resistance until one overtakes the other. So I'm just going to keep going until I get more green than I have red. And that's basically right here. I'm just looking at the ribbon itself. Right around here, I have more support than I have resistance. So while price is starting to make a downtrend, right, we see that we have this valid support here, right? And I'm starting to get support. So it means I'm getting closer to my support level. So if you're picking a target, however you want to trade it, if you're pulling down, then obviously you want to get back into a premium area, start trading short, whatever the case may be. If you got a downtrend taking place, but you have support taking place, then you know, that's kind of contradictory. You have, it's a contradictory. It's like a price squeeze, or it's a continued divergence, or whatever the case may be. You want to have everything lining up the way you need it to be lining up, right? So like that, pull this out, pull this out. You want everything lining up the way you need it to be lining up. Your average is rising, right? And it's just this is just comparing, okay? Your average starts rising here. Your RSI is above average while it's rising, okay? You still have more red than you have green. Now you've got more green than you have red. Here, your RSI is crossing above the average right there at the close of that candle, okay? Earlier, this was the same place we were saying that, okay, your green area, your inflow took over your red. So while you were kind of being pushed against here, you get better trades after that, right? You get better trades, longer trades. That's where you get this nice run over here. A lot of nice support taking place. And your support is here to here, right? So if I take this area and I say, okay, this is my supporting area, right? The green part is taken over until the red part started up. That's here to here in this flat space. All right, guys, there you have it. That is going to be part of the secrets of the Heiken Ashi Algo and the liquidity ribbon. Everybody asks different ways to use it. This is just one way that you can use it. Continuation of this video is in the next one. So make sure you do watch all of the videos in this lesson plan. See you later.